This is the Starmatic 2.0 Schedule, Release, and Posting module. In this module, you will be able to review the Starmatic 2.0 Schedule Release page, identify the types of intervals you may see, identify how to post for intervals, identify the Starmatic Manage My Schedule screen, and recognize priority commitment within Starmatic. Let's talk about the Schedule Releases view. When a CSP begins building a schedule, they will first want to obtain the latest release schedules. These release schedules, indicated by a blue triangle for each week, show the total serviceable hours that are available for the specific client program. Depending on the client, some will be posted for 1 week and others will be posted for 2 weeks. Let's review this screen. A. Week of. This shows the week that the schedule will be posting for. B. Schedule distribution. If you click on this little arrow, you will see a list of how many CSPs are needed for each interval slot. C. Release date time. This is the date and time that the schedule will become available for CSPs to choose intervals. D. Initial cap. This is the initial capped amount of intervals CSPs can post for. For example, this specific client has an initial cap of 40 hours until the cap lift schedule. E. Cap lift date time. This is when the initial cap is lifted if the client has an initial interval cap. F. Max cap. This is the total amount of intervals that CSPs can choose for this specific client. To begin building a schedule, a CSP would click on the little blue arrow next to the program name. If this is in yellow, it means that it is not ready yet to post. Refer to the release date time to ensure the proper release date. Let's check out the Manage My Schedule screen. A. Program. This field shows the application name a CSP is currently viewing. B. Week of. The week currently showing. C. Lockdown. This is the number of hours where lockdown will occur. D. Hours selected. The number of interval hours selected. This number changes every time an interval is selected or deselected. E. Initial cap. The number of intervals a CSP will be able to submit prior to the max cap release. F. Cap lift date time. The date and time the minimum cap will be released. G. Max cap. The maximum number of hours each CSP will be able to select for this week. H. Posted. This area shows the interval hours per day which this CSP has committed to service. These fields are dynamic and will update each time an interval is selected or deselected. When you have clicked on the blue arrow, the schedule will populate for that specific client. Notice the schedule here shows blue boxes and the times from 12 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. The intervals will vary between clients. As an example, the Acme Widgets client is a 24/7 client. All the slots in gray are not available to be chosen. The slots in blue are available half-hour intervals. If you see a slot in red, this is considered an urgent service request interval. If the box is in orange, this is swap pending. If the box is in green, this is swap granted. If a box is in purple, the client is giving an interval exception. To post intervals, keep in mind that each blue box is in half-hour interval. In order to pick up a full hour interval, 2 boxes must be chosen by clicking on the interval slots for each and placing a check mark in each slot. Starmatic 2.0 can make scheduling easy by clicking on intervals underlined for each day. When finished with managing the schedule, click on Submit to post the selected or deselected intervals. Starmatic will post a pop-up if the selected intervals posted successfully. Just click OK to view the updated schedule. After building a schedule, CSPs can view it from the Manage My Schedule screen. Also, it can be printed out so that CSPs have it available and on hand in their respective home office to keep motivated, informed, and on time. Click on the printer icon at the top right of the Manage My Schedule screen. The printer page will populate. Then click on Print Schedule. Printing the schedule is very important. If the Arise portal is down and CSPs are not able to access Starmatic, the printed copy of the schedule will eliminate any anxiety over a missed interval. When posting for intervals, please be aware of the initial cap that may be in place. The initial cap limits the number of intervals that may initially be posted for during the first release. Arise will also issue a release date that will lift the limitations set by the initial cap. After the release date, the maximum cap or the maximum number of intervals any CSP may post in one service week will take into effect. If a CSP should exceed the max cap, they will receive a warning in Starmatic that too many intervals were chosen. Priority commitment indicates the assigned independent business CSP's compliance to the independent business's SOW hour requirement, for example 15 hours per week with 3 of those hours being on Saturday or Sunday. This percentage is calculated by looking at the posted intervals using the Arise service week, Sunday 12 a.m. to Saturday 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and comparing that to the SOW requirement. The priority commitment goal is 100% as defined in the independent business's SOW. Excellent! You have completed the Starmatic 2.0 schedule release and posting module. You may close out of this browser page.